Yes, to be honest, on this level, each and every game is a big challenge, and especially as a newly promoted side, you have to be at your very best. If you're not at your top level, you have no chance in this league to win any points, and especially against the inform Villa side with top players, the top manager. Of course, we have to be there with a top performance and to be good in each and every detail. And it's all a bit tricky during the international break because you don't have the players there for the whole time. Some will arrive pretty late. It's always a bit challenging and complicating with the preparation. But nevertheless, we want to be spot on also in the details because if we do so, then we have a chance, especially in the home game. Yes.
How well do you know Unai Emery and just what makes him so successful as a coach?
Yes, he's one of the best in this business. You just have to have a look on his CV. Outstanding record. I think he's done outstanding work at Villa. If you have a look on his European record, it's incredible. And yeah, it's always great to see him because he's also a gentleman. It's always nice to chat with him, but it's never that great to see one of his sides because it's so challenging to play against them. They're difficult to open, difficult to create chances and to score against them. They have always a clear strategy. I like managers who are there with a handwriting, and under Unai you always see a handwriting of the team, and for that he's one of the best in the business. And it's great to see him, but also challenging to have him on the other side as a manager.
One of the players I'm guessing you've been able to work with is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We know his quality. Why are the goals not flowing for it?
Again, the same. So it's what you have sometimes as a striker. So sometimes you have a period you find it a bit difficult to convert your chance. He had also many good chances. I like it. This is normally a good sign. If you have chances, I would be more worried. Anyhow, if he is there without chances, anyhow, he has missed, of course, a few, but also scored a fantastic header, for example, at Wolves. That was, for us more or less rewarded with 3 points. Also, his overall performances and workload is very important for us and his experience. And I don't rate him just by goals, of course. As a striker, it's also important that you score a goal or are there with end products here and there. But if you are a striker who joins just newly promoted side, believe me, you will never win the Golden Boot. So this is more or less for Erling Haaland or for teams who create unbelievable amount of chances. Of course, we can't be that dominant like the top teams, and for that, for my strikers, for example, it's more difficult than perhaps for Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal players because they naturally get more chances. So there's nothing to worry too much about this. I'm happy with his performances so far, and I'm pretty sure also his goals will come. And I'm not out for a Golden Boot. So how many goals my strikers, Joel Pirot, Dominic, Lucas Mecha, even our youngsters will score during the season. I will take it. It's quite important, but I'm not out for the Golden Boot. I'm just out for survival on Premier League level.
How would you assess the season so far? Are you about where you expect it to be?
Yeah, so far so good. You can say after 11 games, we are there with the average that we need, 1 point average per game, which is not too bad. We were never in the relegation zone, which is outstanding, because normally as a newly promoted side, you would expect that at some point you are perhaps also in this region. So overall, a good start, performance-wise, a really good start, I think. We should have had more points, and we had games where we were dominant and were very unlucky to not get the full 3 points, for example, because we conceded against Bournemouth in the 94th minute, a game where we should have won. Against Tottenham, against Fulham, we should have won more points, perhaps even against Newcastle. So we could be already in a way better position. So performance-wise, we've proven, even in the poorer games, that we definitely belong into this league and will definitely have a chance. Yes, from the result, it could have been even a bit better and a bit more comfortable. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. It will be a long road. So over the course of 38 games, you will always have ups and downs and better performances and perhaps a bit poorer spells. This is what you expect. We are on track at the moment. I would prefer to have 5 or 6 more points, so to cruise even a bit easier. But if you would have asked me before the season, I wouldn't have expected an easy cruise where you're never even close to the relegation zone. Otherwise, you would be in dreamland. So for that, we are fully aware of our situation. And for that, I think we're on a good path.
Joe Rodon, hugely popular with the fans. He's had a taste of Premier League life before, but some people doubted whether he could do it. you never doubted. What are your observations about his season so far?
Yes, Joe is definitely a player who had also a point to prove on this level, but we always believed in him, backed him. This is why we signed him, why we also spent, at least for our circumstances, proper amount of money on championship level for them. He was outstanding for us. It feels like he's always available, never in doubt, always well prepared. Right now he also scores goals out of set pieces, something that he has add to his skills. Outstanding player for us, also with consistency. There are still some areas where he can improve, and also there, also in the past games, one or two situations where he could have done better. But overall, we are very blessed and that we have him and key player for our squad. And hope that he comes back also like in a good mood and without any injuries and problems after his international duty. And of course, a key player for us.
You mentioned set pieces there. Why are long throws back in fashion now in Premier League football? I think Ethan Ampadu is your man. Everyone seems to have a specialist at getting the ball in the box. What's changed?
Well, football is always in this waves. So everything what was in fashion 30 years ago comes back in fashion, then it will be out again for a few years and then comes back. It's the same with formations, with attacking style, with tactical behaviors, also with long throw-ins or corner kicks. I played in a generation where it was normal when you didn't have the chance to be creative and didn't create chances. You used more set pieces and long throw-ins, and was a bit out of fashion because it felt like goals out of long throw-ins or set pieces are not worth that much anyhow. And right now it comes back in fashion because everyone sees you can win proper points. It was always my opinion, if you want, for example, to win a title or you want to win a tournament, and there's always this one game when you will struggle to score perhaps out of open play, and you need to win it. Also sometimes with a set piece. So for me, best example was World Cup Germany 2014. We were praised for fantastic performances, half final against Brazil and many goals and champagne football. Everything's okay. Yeah, but we won, I think it was a quarterfinal against France, a pretty scruffy game. 1-0, Mats Hummels header after a set piece. So there is always, if you want to be successful over the course of the season, if it's about survival or if it's about winning the title, you need to score goals out of set pieces. And yes, right now, long throw in is back in fashion. You have to use it. Also have to say, I'm not a big friend to use a long throw in from everywhere on the pitch, because it feels also sometimes, come on, let's play a bit football and not like that the ball is just in the air. But when it comes closer also to the opponent's box, for example, then it's also, especially for a side who is just promoted, also a fair tool to use it anyhow. And for that, I think not in each every moment, but at some point in the game you also use it, yes.
Just a final question. There's always pressure in football, but how much do you feel the weight of history managing Leeds United? It's a massive club, a huge fan base, a history.
Yeah.
How do you cope with that? What are your observations about it?
Yeah, this is what you're looking forward to as a manager and also as a player, to work for a club where it really matters. And we know that this club has an unbelievable history, and the fan base is unbelievably passionate about everything. And like I always say, so if you can't handle the heat, don't go into the kitchen. So if you sign a contract as a player, as a manager, as a staff member for Leeds United, you have to be ready that it comes always along with pressure and with criticism, and this happens from the first day you walk into the door. On championship level, after every draw, the world went down, and everyone was asking more or less for change in management and playing style and players, whatever. Even after a draw, you had the biggest pressure. Right now on Premier League level, you have it after each every loss. But if you want to bring such a emotional, passionate club to success, it's important that you stay calm, that you stay cool, that you're not like a flag in the wind, that you navigate it and protect also the players and protect the group and protect the club. I think this also, why in the last 25 years, nearly 3 decades, we were struggling a bit to show really consistency on the top level, because we have the best supporters in this league, at least my opinion anyhow. So rocking Elland Road can be second to none and very unique and really like a fortress. It's a joy and a pleasure to be allowed to play there. But it always comes also along with expectations and pressure. And if you can't handle this, then you can't be successful. And this is what we have to manage. That we also like when there is a bit passion and criticism, and that we are there and are not like a flag in the wind and are completely convinced of what you're doing. If you do so, then you have the great chance also to establish this big club also back in the top flight. And this is my biggest drive anyhow. I want to achieve something what in the last 3 decades, if you're really honest, was not achieved. Marcelo came pretty close to it anyhow, because he had a really good season after promotion. So sadly, it was never that the club really established itself back on the top flight for a amount of years. And this is more like my biggest drive and my biggest challenge. I want to do this with my staff, with my boys, with my group, with my board, with my owners, and that we become really an established member in the top flight again. This is what drives me on. And no one said it would be easy, and no one said it would be without pressure, but we're ready for it.